Hi everyone, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide. Today on books.com they have released an article that's called How We Made Note Air Slim and Solid, and I think it's a very interesting read because it's a direct look and gives us quite a bit of insight into the processes, decisions, design that went into making the Note Air, but more importantly it also sheds light on a couple of things to clarify what we can expect from Note Air and what we can look forward to. So here's a couple of points that I found quite interesting and meaningful. The article covers a lot of things. It begins with the predetermined design that comes with the new 10-inch e-ink Carta displays, which means that the flexible printed circuit has to be on either of the sides. It seems that it's a requirement from, at least how it sounds here, that it's a requirement from the 10-inch e-ink Carta display itself. Now here's the first really interesting bit that came out, and that is the revelation that there was an earlier prototype, a dummy version of Note Air as they call it, which did not have a front light, and guess what? It was as slim as Remarkable 2 at 4.7 millimeters, and it was significantly lighter, even though it was still made with aluminum and all that kind of stuff. I would easily be able to say, yeah, but they're just saying that. However, there's an image that's actually a comparison of the prototype, which was 4.7 millimeters thin or thick, and then the updated one with the front light, which is now at 5.8 millimeters. The article goes on to explain that once they had the prototype, they thought they were done, but the product manager decided, nope, we're gonna add the front light because we want to make the Note Air a more versatile device that can work in any circumstances. So they proceeded with adding the front light and the requirements that go on with that. Adding the front light added 50 extra grams and, more importantly, 1.1 millimeter of thickness to the overall design. They weighed out that the extra weight and thickness is a worthy trade-off for the added convenience for the eye strain free usage under any circumstances, as they put it, and I think that's a fair point. Plus there's an additional thing. Hey, it differentiates you from the direct competitor, which is the Remarkable 2. One is a front-lit device, the other one isn't, so that's also an important point, I think, to keep in mind. They're also talking about the actual construction inside, and that it's a whole new endeavor. First of all, it's a single body. They take an aluminum slab and then just carve it out, and they're describing something else that's quite interesting, for me at least, and that is the Nano Molding technology, which seems to have been the first time used on an e-ink device like this. And as far as I understood it from the article, once the aluminum body has been molded or milled away, then it's kind of filled in with nanoscale dimples across the surface, which is then filled with a high quality resin, and the whole idea with it is to strengthen it and to just make the whole device a lot stronger and a lot less prone to torsion or bends. They're also mentioning that the nano molding technology should be able to improve and enhance signals, so that means Bluetooth and wireless connectivity should have better signals. I don't know how or why, but alright. There's also some interesting parts, and again their accent on longevity of the device, because it seems that it's been guided by that main principle, that they wanted to create a device that's usable in the real world and rugged and rigid, and that you can definitely just use it and not worry about things. And here's an interesting one, which I really think is a good one. Initially the design was placed that the power button is on top of the side and USB-C on the bottom, basically identical as Remarkable 2, and that they've decided to actually put everything on the side. And the reasoning behind it is, as they claim at least, longevity and rigidity and safety of the plug. They say that it's been tested to at least 10,000 times of plug and unplugs without any adverse effects. Regarding the 3000 milliamps battery, their claim is that it should last at least, not up to, but at least 4 weeks in standby mode. It doesn't say anything about the usage because obviously that depends on a gazillion factors: Bluetooth, wireless, speakers, front light, CPU usage, etc, etc. So far Boox have been quite good at their battery lasting claims. At the moment I don't have a reason to doubt that, and it's something that I'm looking forward to. And the device is equipped with the Quick Charge 4 support, so it can fully charge up in a matter of a couple of hours, as they claim. Now here's another bit of interesting stuff that they've done, not just the color on the aluminum, which I do like and all that kind of stuff, but they addressed the issue that the aluminum is very fingerprint heavy, so they added an anti-fingerprint coating on top of it so that your device remains pretty. I think that's very thoughtful. Again, thinking about the longevity and usability of the device. Very, very nice indications so far. And the cover itself is using PU leather, and also it seems that the whole flipbook cover or the case has been covered with an antibacterial coating, which is again supposed to ensure that your device lasts long and is safe for your dirty hands, dirty purse, and all that kind of stuff. So that's a nice thing to hear as well. For me, the article is a very, very interesting read, especially because I haven't really seen too much PR mumbo jumbo lingo used here. It's very down to earth, it's very, a little bit even like raw, but I like that because it gives you information in a very plain and very open type of fashion. Of course, they're not covering everything because it still is a marketing material, but for a marketing material type of content, I think it's very, very rich in content that is useful for the users themselves. And it made me very, very interested in the device itself, so I can't wait to get my hands on the device itself and start using it, because not only is it a direct competitor to the Remarkable 2, but in its own, I think this is a very, very interesting product that came out this year. One thing that hasn't been mentioned, but we can infer a couple of things, is the writing experience, the screen surface, etc. So we know that the screen surface is glass. Point number one. Point number two that we can infer is that if the original design without the front light and glass surface, I'm assuming didn't have glass, was 4.7 millimeters thick, and if the new one is 1.1 millimeters thicker, now we'll see if that's going to be a 1 millimeter distance between writing surface or not. Who knows? Hopefully it's a bit less than 1 millimeter, but we'll see. Either way, Boox has shown that they've actually managed to compensate for that offset in some of the previous updates, so maybe they can do, or maybe they've already done that in this case as well. Because for me, honestly, I don't care what the real distance between the tip of the marker and the written stroke is, as long as the perceived distance is not there to distract me, then I'm fine. Of course, they're not mentioning any type of writing latency speed. There are some posts that are indicating 25-26 milliseconds, which is perilously close to Remarkable 2. Once I have the device, I'll put it through Desta and we'll see what's what then. Overall, it does sound like a very promising, well-designed and well-thought-out overall encompassing device. The writing experience is still going to be a question mark because of the surface and all that kind of stuff, but we'll see. I am hopeful and optimistic, and as one of the commenters actually said on one of the previous videos that I did, and that's a sentiment that I have as well, if the writing is good enough, then this device is a really, really important one for the 2020 and a serious contender for Remarkable 2. But we need to see what's the reality of the situation. However, as it is now, a very, very interesting one indeed. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and consider supporting the mydeepguide channel via the Patreon. Patreon supporters get access to exclusive behind the scenes type of content that they seem to be enjoying, which is quite cool because I enjoy making it as well. So if that's something that sounds like an interesting thing for you, consider doing it. And if you are already a Patreon supporter, thank you so much. It really means a ton. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!